One, two, three, four. I declare thumb war. We sound good. So we got the music industry today, and I got some pretty heavy hitters with us. Okay, I got Fat Nick, the real deal, McDealfield. I got Mikey the magician. He runs all but 6 records. Okay, we got the Nicky Gordo show rider with us today, and we're gonna get the real thing because you hear this bullshit all the time. Music doesn't make any money. There's no money in it. Where's the money? Well, we're gonna find out today.
I'm saying all of the musicians are broke.
This is not rich.
Ain't no money in the music industry.
Musicians don't make a lot of money.
I thought that everybody had money except me.
A lot of artists aren't getting paid.
You know, the record labels want you to believe that these guys are rich.
We are broke as...
This whole game is not what it looks like. Majority of these people are not paid. Majority of these people are not actually popping. Just get talked about in the media and they're broke. But the world, like when you're like looking at it from like a 17-year-old kid's perspective, trying to get in the rap game, like damn, like I want to be doing that. You're not. Everything is rented. You owe people.
There's only a few artists in the game that really make money. So everything you seeing ain't real. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm out of the music.
Okay, before we go too deep, is any of this remotely true?
You want me to be honest? I think they're all fucking retarded. Like, I think they're all retarded to the point that you have to understand this. I know little 17, 18, 19-year-old cocksuckers running around making money in the music industry. Yeah. But you have to understand, they're saying, we're broke. Okay, they're all signed to record labels. What do these artists do? They sign record labels, they regret it, and then they blame it on them. You signed a contract, right? Either you're retarded or your lawyer sucks. Which one are you choosing, right? But there is music now. Is it hard to get to a position where you're making music? Yes. Yeah. But once you get to that position and you don't sign your shit away, money's flowing in.
I think
Go ahead.
I think that's the thing is that people are signing these predatory ass deals, especially like when you're up and coming and you don't have too much leverage in a negotiation and you get like a whatever lawyer who just wants to make his fee. He's going to tell you to sign it because you have no leverage, but you just gave away the rights to your music in perpetuity, which means forever, for, I don't know, like $10,000.
So let me ask you this. So Mikey runs a independent label, right? Yeah. You guys have a lot of artists. How many artists you guys got?
Well, on our record label, we've got 3, but we also run a distribution company where we have 35 now.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm saying is like, now you guys probably run it fair because I've never had a deal like that, but I almost signed to Creative Artist Agency.
Okay. Yeah.
When I was much smaller of a YouTuber.
Okay.
But I was hesitant because of this rhetoric we hear here. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like 360 deals.
No, like
that.
I was hesitant about it because I don't want to have to answer to anybody. And that's kind of like the biggest fucking thing. Like, do you guys, when you sign an artist, is there like these $1 million advances, any of this crazy shit? Or is that like, you got to earn your stripes around?
Yeah, from like a development standpoint.
Like, how does that work?
We're not out here giving $1 million advance to anybody right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've got like, we're in the game with like 6-figure advances right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of, but we're not in control. Like the artist is in control of their career, of the music that they want to make. So like we're coming from a friendly standpoint. Now, when you're working with like, you know, those $1 million advances with a big label, dude, that's when you're going to get screwed. That's when they're going to have like more decision making, right? Unless you're bringing a lot of like catalog over that's generating a lot of income. Then you might not get screwed, right? It all depends on the leverage.
Yeah.
But like, if you're signing $1 million deal and you ain't got nothing to your name right now, you just literally got played for everything you got. And dude, they say $1 million deals, but it could be like a $50,000 advance with like a marketing budget for 100, and then it goes to the next option, which is like another advance with the marketing budget, and it's got like 6 options, and so it looks like $1 million deal
the whole time.
Yeah, it's just like the worst possible thing you can sign just to say you got $1 million deal. Yeah. If you had no leverage in the past.
Let's let Master P run it up. We're gonna get deep here. We're gonna be switching gears, but I'm so curious about this life.
Yeah, I got mad questions.
Because if you were to look at what we're doing right now from an outside point of view. I got the fisheye on right now just to show you how kind of janky this is. But this is kind of the new world in a sense. If that makes, like, I've been to your guys' studio. It's like super legit. We just makeshifted this bitch. But this is kind of what I've experienced. I've only been to 2 record studios. One was your guys's, and it was much nicer than this house. But both of them I've been to, it's not like what I thought it was going to be. It's like, oh, this is just like in a storage area, or like not storage area, but it's like, I'm thinking fancy buildings, RCA, Columbia Records, I'm thinking
those are like $1 million studios,
yeah.
though.
But it turns out people are just doing it out the house.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time believing when you hear this stuff. Let's let Master P go, but I'm super interested in this shit.
Music industry because ain't no money in the music industry. And I know people might get mad and trip, but I'm just saying, y'all know it's a lot of things that we used to do. It ain't no money, and it done tapped out. They trying to figure out how to make money off of streams. When Snoop put a post up, say, man, I sold 1 billion.
Streaming got to get their shit together, because I don't understand how the fuck you get paid off of that shit. I mean, can somebody explain to me how you can get 1 billion streams and not get $1 million? That shit don't make sense to me. Like, I don't know who the fuck running the streaming industry, if you in here or not. But nigga, you need to give us some information on how to.
Have they ever changed the price of like what they pay out for streaming?
Yeah, okay. You guys know this way more than anybody else. Please explain to the audience and us.
Yes.
How the fuck does this work? I kind of get it from YouTube.
Yeah.
I kind of understand it.
Yeah, YouTube's kind of similar, right? You make a video that's a new piece of content. Now you're monetizing it, and you get some revenue every month, right? Similar thing with music. Like we make a song, you release it through a distributor, like we're a distributor now, or your label, right?
Yeah.
And it goes to all these platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, right? Tidal, right? Let's just talk about Spotify right now because it's like one of the.
You keep it simple.
Yeah, we'll keep it simple. Spotify, 1 million streams on Spotify is like $3,500.
That's pretty good.
There we go. You see, so there is money in the music industry.
It's good, but getting the million streams is harder than it sounds.
That's what I was gonna say.
But
That's
once you get there, it's easy.
Because I feel like to get 1 million streams on something, that's a lot tougher.
Oh, dude, I know artists that can
music.
drop a song and not crack 100,000 views.
Yeah.
Well,
as opposed to like YouTube, you know what I mean?
Yeah, YouTube, if you were to have a song's not as long as most YouTube videos. So like the way I was looking at it is we're gonna hear this in these videos we watch, and this is the stuff like a regular Joe hears that we don't know the business. So you hear they're not paying anything. I'm thinking, from my understanding, is like TikTok, for instance. Some TikToks are as long as a song, 2.5 minutes. 1 million views, here's $300. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's what's happening in music. But like, people aren't buying. Like, you guys don't even sell CDs, do you? Or like,
vinyls here and there and stuff like that. Just
I'm saying that's where the money came from. So it's like if you sold 1 million units, I mean, even at $5 a pop, obviously you're gonna be rich,
Yeah, like Snoop Dogg's used to, like, when he would put out a record and it came out on like a physical copy of it, getting paid like, oh, you make fucking this many dollars per
but also he's talking
sold.
about getting 1 billion streams, but he's probably fucking signed to a label.
Yeah.
And who knows what the label collects.
Okay, so what is there you go. Let me ask you guys this. What's the average split like? Let's say your big label. Let's say you bend your, let's say you really fucking give it to them. You sign them in. Let's say you guys aren't good people, right?
Yeah.
And let's say what's the industry standard for like Columbia or something like that? What's the split on everything? I'm talking streaming, merch, all that.
With money involved? Like heavy money involved?
Yeah, like what's the artist taking home in that situation?
I would say 50%.
That's being generous. Like if it's a good deal, the artist might take home 50%.
And you still got to give your manager 20 after that.
Yeah, and so that's like if it's a generous deal. If it's a not so generous deal, they probably take home 20% of the pie. After
So 100 grand comes in.
They'll take 20.
They get 20 G's.
Yeah.
But I mean, the label's putting all the money up, to be fair.
That's what their business model is, right? Like, oh, we're investing all the money. That's why we need to make sure we own this forever. That's why we got to make sure that we get a bigger percentage of everything, right? That's the label's point of view. For them, it's like we've taken a gamble on this other artist who flopped and this other artist who flopped. And so for them, it's a math game.
I want to get your perspective on this is if you were to find an artist and build them up.
I can give you $100,000.
Yeah.
You don't even know what to do with it.
Right.
$100,000's not going to make you be a superstar. You know how many superstars we would have if that's all it took was $100,000?
Yeah, if you had exactly, that's the formula.
You know what I mean? Like,
a lot of people get it twisted.
Let's say you find an artist. What makes you guys sign somebody, and what would it really take realistically, financially, and all that to like put them out there and be like, let's see if this guy goes?
You want to be honest?
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of the A&R, like signing people.
Yeah.
Right? I don't give a fuck how much money you have.
Yeah.
And it's not the 90s, it's not the 2000s. You know what I mean? It's like when I look at someone like, cool, you make cool music, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, is your aura cool?
Yeah.
Do you look cool?
Yeah.
Do you have that it factor? I'm signing you, obviously I'm not gonna sign someone who's fucking shit, even though music is subjective and opinionated, right?
Yeah.
But I'm looking for an it factor.
Yeah.
If you have that it factor, you can push yourself and I can market you.
And you definitely
And
have
you could
the
develop.
You have the it
I have a lot of
factor.
factors.
Look at that camera real quick. Just show.
I have a lot of it factors.
There you go.
I'm a man of fucking talents. But that's the music industry, bro. Like people are like, oh, you make. I don't give a fuck if you can make a song.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you can freestyle 32 bars in my face. Whoop de fucking do. Congrats. You got shit in life. If you look cool and you can maneuver and you know how to move, you're gonna go fucking far.
Yeah.
And within the day and age, like you gotta post reels. You gotta do content. You gotta look cool.
Well, that's what we were talking about, because we Eric brought this up.
Dude,
You're kind of like a pioneer to us
of social media.
Of
and
social
like
media with artists
Yeah.
and like, because
Yeah.
musicians just didn't, back in the day, you didn't have to put out and be a personality.
And I think
too.
they're too cool for school.
Yeah.
The biggest egotistical cocksucker I've ever met.
But would you say you feel like, not like the braggadocious, but you kind of like a pioneer in that space?
I would say,
in a sense.
I would say 100% because we started when SoundCloud first started. So you had like the Puya, the Suicide Boys, like Xavier Wolf, the Bones, all that people.
Yep.
And they're like the pioneers of this new age movement. Because before that, you didn't have underground music.
No.
You had fucking club songs and club bangers. Like people like, who the fuck are these weird cocksuckers?
Yeah.
Like who are these people?
Yeah. Do you think SoundCloud's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Nothing's hot forever. It's like business.
Yeah.
It's gonna be high. It's gonna go down. Now something new's gonna come up.
Yeah, and that's like why it was special, because it's like you can look back and be like, oh, I can see, like that time period was tangible.
Dude.
Like you can almost
You can't paint a picture twice.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
I do feel like there's some underground artists though on SoundCloud.
Oh,
now that are, like
100%.
bubbling
Yeah.
up now. You know?
Do you guys think radio's dead? Like when you guys go on a promo run or you're doing tour, do you even factor in like local radio anymore?
I think we're good on radio. We've done a radio spend a few times. It's just like for us, it's not.
It's just not there for them.
Yeah. What does it cost? Like, I've always been curious about this. What does it even cost to, let's say, get your shit spotted on just local radio, like just local?
We paid for like a couple months worth of a campaign for one of our artists, like 25 G's, dude.
What?
Yes, dude. It was nuts, bro.
25 racks?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But again, I feel like we're running it through a label, though. This was with like a major label.
Yeah, I mean, it's a write-off.
Yeah. So for them, that's what it cost. That's what it took. But yeah, it's not worth it at all, dude. I'd much rather give 25. And this is fucking sad to say. But I'd much rather give 25 grand to some fucking TikTokers to do this for a song. And that's where we are right now in the industry, which sucks ass right now. Really.
Well,
like,
I always, because it took me forever. I've tried like everything from skits to vlogging. I was an amateur skateboarder. Like, I ended up in magazines and shit back when that was a thing. Like, I mean, I've tried it all until one day I said, fuck it. I go, I see all these people doing commentary and they're not saying shit. I go, I'm just going to do it because I enjoyed it, you know?
Yeah.
But I never would have thought from doing stand-up comedy, you know, performing in front of like 150 people at Hard Rock to, you know, trying to do like what you guys, not what you guys do, but you guys do shows. You go and perform on stage.
Yeah.
You know, that's special shit. That's not easy. And we've done it. Me and Eric, we've performed on stage. We've done shows together, like set them up. We've been rocking for 20 years together.
Holy shit.
And, but it took me forever to go, you know, to figure out the song and dance of social media.
I still never figured it out.
Well, now you have. He's in recent months, he's making a full-time living off of it, but it took us forever. And I don't know where I'm going.
No,
with
it's like
that.
one of those things where it's like it either clicks or it doesn't, you know. And then you see the people that are like forcing it. And you're like, oh my god, I can't.
Oh, I hate all
watch.
them.
I can't
All these new
even watch
influencers
it,
piss
bro.
me off. These new
Dude.
live Twitchers, they all piss me off, bro.
Yo,
He pissed me off. All
They're
right.
chud maxing.
Let me see.
yeah, yeah.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Now, this is something too about touring. I want to get your take on this shit right here.
I already know it's gonna piss me off. I know this cocksucker's gonna piss me off.
To go into a deficit touring, to have to pay to get your music in real life setting, that you didn't used to be the way. How is that still how is that even a standard that we've created as a society that like?
So is that a standard? You got to pay to go perform or like go tour with someone? Is
Can I
that
say
a
something
thing?
first?
Go ahead.
I think this guy's a fucking, once again, right? I think the word of the day today is
Faggot.
cocksucker, right?
Faggot,
That's what I'm gonna say.
cocksucker.
It's just like, if you have a manager, right, and he's gonna send you on tour, and you're gonna be in a negative profit, and your agent's approving that too,
Yeah.
you're retarded, and you kind of deserve it because your team sucks.
Yeah.
You get me? We handle artists. How big are you? What are your analytics? Where can you go? Are you a headlining act? If not, we're gonna put you in a supporting act. But if you are a headlining act, why would we put you to lose money? Take your merch, take these rooms. These are your guarantees. You can't afford a tour bus? Go into a fucking Sprinter van. It's super easy. So when people talk like this, I'm like, listen, I don't know. Either I'm super smart and my IQ's through the fucking roof, or I'm not stuck in the matrix like them. It's one or the other.
But have you guys heard of some shit like this?
Yeah,
like,
pay to play.
Pay to play.
Pay to play. Yeah, that definitely exists. Like paying to play.
I mean,
to
yeah,
open up.
but
Yeah, I mean, dude.
barely.
Oh my God, dude.
That's the thing back in the day.
Remember me.
Do it.
There used to be rappers back in the day, like when we had tours that would literally shoot us like a couple grand.
No.
Just to
come
open
with?
up. Not, dude, just to open up.
For a show.
Yeah, just for a show. And then it got out of hand to the point where like, we're like, yeah, fuck it. I mean, sure, this is paying for all the Airbnbs. This is paying for everything. So do you want to open up for So they made a whole tour out of it. You know, they would get their own transportation and they would do it. Now, were they getting bankrolled by some investor? Who knows? I don't know what they were doing for a living. But that is something that tends to happen.
I know this is weird, and I'm going to open up to the audience now, but like, I've only done it once. Dude gave me 3 bands to come on the show. Wasn't the only time it's been offered, but I actually liked the guy. And I would have honestly had him on for free. I thought he was dope.
Okay.
The video did really well. Like, you know, I made some, like, I didn't need him to pay me.
Yeah.
But I've gotten that so much now. So how does that work? Because me and Eric were thinking about that. Like, you know, you play for a feature, like let's say you do a song and somebody wants to be on your track, right?
That's real.
So for instance, I got a guy recently and I actually like the guy and I'm going to take his money and I'm going to let him sit on the show. I don't do it often, but it's like, it's happened so
He's
many
dope.
times.
He's
actually
dope,
pretty
though.
cool. He's
Like,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
it's-
But like, I'm not going to turn down the money, you know, like come sit in, you're going to pay me a couple grand. Like, all right, you know, like fuck it. But he's cool. Like,
Nah,
you
keep
know,
your money.
but what I'm saying is what's that like in the music business is what I'm trying to say.
You want me to take this-
Like,
you want me to take this
do
one?
you guys just take any feature
No,
or you got to be
no.
super picky or like, what's that like? I've always been curious.
I mean, I don't do features with anybody unless I'm your friend
Yeah.
or I genuinely like you.
Yeah.
And if someone's gonna pay me, I'm gonna fucking highball the shit out of them.
Really?
Yeah. Like I won't do it. Like no, I
you
can't
get-
do it.
yeah.
But I'll let you handle the rest of the shit.
For the record label side of things, I mean, look, dude, there's a lot of artists, they've had fees. They've got fees. Like if you want like a top tier artist to hop on your song, you're gonna be paying for a feature.
Yeah.
You gotta get what's known as a label waiver and you gotta give them an advance for the feature. Sometimes non-recoupable. It just depends on the situation for the artist. So it depends on the artist too that's selling the feature, right? Like maybe they're open to doing a song with you. They hear the song, they're like, okay, screw it, I'm down. How much am I getting paid? This is sweet. Sometimes there's even stipulations like I'm required to do a music video or I'm required to post X
shit.
amount of
Oh,
times.
yeah.
But you know, it gets
It's like a
very
whole
transactional.
package.
But
Yeah.
but like, for instance, how often do you think this happens? Like your inbox is just full of people just trying to pay to get on. Like, does this happen a lot? Like, I'm just curious.
From my end, no. From my end, no. I mean, yeah, we have people that reach out, but I mean, we're not dude, between us, like I'm checking who it is. It's like it's not even worth to do the feature at all.
Well, yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just asking because I've had this happen probably over 10, 12 times now. It got to the point where we used to have this guy Nestor on the show, and I said, I was like, it's getting to the point where I may as well just put out a tier package, say be Nestor for the day. If you want to pay the fucking price, you can come be him for the day. Because that's how many times it was happening. Now it comes in waves, but I was like, this has to happen a lot in the music business. Because in my line of work, commentary, a lot of people don't collab doing this kind of stuff. It's kind of not really a thing. So for me, I'm like, what's going on? It's kind of like in this weird, like I'm working with you guys. Like I would have never thought to myself, yeah, I'll be working with these dudes. You guys go on tour. You know what I mean? Which I want to get into that in a little bit, but let's run some more shit up real fast. It's pretty insightful stuff.
Well, it seems like you guys, but it seems like you guys value, like, if a person's like chill or not, more so than like, what can you do for me?
The thing about music that's different too, it's kind of like, okay, there's this cool factor in music. You get me?
Yeah.
So if you whore yourself out in music, it's like, oh, you're that dude that does 100 features with everyone. Like, you fucking stink. Get the fuck out of here. So in music, there's that cool factor, mystique that you kind of have to keep up with. So you just don't look like, all right, you're being thirsty, you're going on the block. But that's how it is in music. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen like, dude, this cocksucker worked for everybody. And there's a difference between working with everybody like, a Cardi, a Kim Carson, with people with names, and then people with fucking no names. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So I think there's in music, there's a big divide.
Yeah.
And people will look at you. It's like music is a giant high school.
Yeah.
Are you chilling with the cool kids or the losers?
Yeah.
And God forbid you chill with the losers.
Yeah.
Oh man.
In the whole mystique thing in music, I feel like that's like with social media and stuff, it's kind of killed that a little bit. Whereas like before it was like artists, your favorite artist would have like this mystique about them, and it was like that's what made them cool.
Look at S the Kid though, right? Like
yeah.
But there's two different types of artists, and I always say this when I talk to my artists. I like Cardi. I think Cardi makes great music, right?
Yeah.
I went to a show. So much fucking strobe lights, you can't fucking see him. But it works for him, right?
Yeah.
He looks cool.
Yeah.
And then I also love Action Bronson.
Oh, he's dope.
But Action Bronson, he's doing shows, he's doing this, so he doesn't have a mystique, but it works for him.
Well,
I get what you're saying.
That's how I feel because I come from an era of doing stand-up comedy. Like you're sharing about yourself, but it's more of the jokey joke, dick and ball jokes, laugh. But I find myself where it's like I'll run into people in public, and I've shared so much about my life now, to where people will come up to me and they'll just bring something up, and I'm like, how the fuck do you know this information? And I go, oh, I told them this. They'll be coming up going, I'm so sorry about your father. I go, way to open the wound.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday. But that's how far it's gone. And anyway, we're gonna switch a little gears here. There's a Jimmy Iovine guy on the AI. I really want to get your guys' input on this.
It's going to make music better. AI is not going to thwart great people. There will always be the next Billie Eilish. There will always be the next Kendrick Lamar. There will always be the next great talent. But there's also going to be a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the bullshit will get better. I really do. I think AI is going to help those people that work like that. And by the way, a lot of people that we know right now, great talent, are using AI. Will take the middle of music, the average music, I believe, and make it better because they're great tools. I'm all in on AI music. All in. And
please give us your honest opinion.
Yeah. All right. No, AI is definitely taking over in music. I'm seeing it right now. I think, have you guys heard of Suno AI?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. They're doing a great job, but the way in which they're getting all their music is there's these companies called like DistroKid, which distribute people's music. Yeah. And so they've got like a backdoor deal where they push all the library over to feed the data over to the AI engine. Yeah.
Damn.
So the AIs are getting better. Suno is getting insane. People can make insane stuff with it. And then you got Spotify that's completely fine with AI music in their library.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like I'll Shazam something. I'll be like, oh, it's shit. Like, what is that? And then I'll be like, what the fuck? It's AI. Like
now the thing I heard about it, the AI shit, I could be wrong. I don't fucking know how this works, but no one's getting recouped for that money, or how does that work?
No, it's Spotify. They get paid from that, right?
So there's like an incentive to where it's like, if it's the AI, we don't have to pay anybody because it's a robot. And you're not paying the robot unless they're paying the robot. So I'm going to be really fucking pissed.
So if you pay some money on Suno to prompt the song, boom, that's now a song. You do some tweaks. That's not your song. You upload it through DistroKid or any distribution company that you want to use.
So you can't monetize it.
And you can monetize it. Yeah, you can monetize it. What I'm trying to say is there's more music now that exists because it's so easy to make music now.
Yeah.
Right? You're diluting like real people now. You're diluting real artists that are taking time to make art by just prompting in, make a rock song about, I don't know, cameras.
Tits and ass.
Yeah, tits and ass. Or a fucking hardcore song.
Yeah.
Fucking make it heavy. Boom. Download. Put it in a DAW and bounce it. Boom. You have a song that's out there now. It took you literally like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, because I get like, right now I got the fisheye angle on. You guys can't see what I'm doing over here. But like my backdrop and stuff, so many people use like AI or green screen that I get often. People will be like, yo, this dude's AI, or like this. It's gotten to the point where they don't even believe my background, because usually on my regular studio, I like having a dope background. But that comes a lot. So sometimes when I do shit like this, I'll show the full fisheye, because I'm like, hey, just in case AI is this good, make this look like a fucking mess over here. But it's getting a little weird, because there are full-blown AI channels where if I don't really get in there, and if I see it in the eyes, something up with the eyes, but sometimes I don't know.
There's no
It's getting a little
biologics.
fucking fishy, dude.
That's crazy.
And I
And
don't
people
like
are
it.
like chopping, or like they're pulling like AI samples now. So it's like that shit's crazy too. It's like, and being able to like all the stem separation and shit now. It's like people, it's just, it's crazy. It's weird.
Yeah, this is what I really want to know, though. What's your thoughts on this shit?
In stream fraud's like, it's crazy. I was on a couple different research projects at UMG where we looked into some of these stream farms, especially the ones like, Central Europe and stuff like that. And it's no joke. You're talking about like warehouses of just, cell phones, just streaming like this amount a day. It's a lot of money laundering like happening, things like that. So Spotify is absolutely, taking it as seriously as they
that'd be
can. And
sick
every
to
single
own one of
platform
those.
is as well. I think Spotify was getting the most attention
stream
for
farm?
it. Because I think that's where
Just have a fucking crib with
Yeah,
like
well,
a million.
yeah,
phones in
right,
it.
right. Like I think we're in the wrong business.
Yeah.
But this is what I really want to know, like your guys' thoughts on or is this like really a real thing? Like, are people really doing this? Like that you know of? Like,
100%.
I'm not saying air anyone out. I'm just saying I've never seen one.
Wasn't
of
that
these.
what Drake was suing?
The
Spotify?
Kendrick?
Yeah.
That shit's real, but that's like that's like in the top 0.01% of artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not doing none of
like
that.
those artists that you fucking see win Grammys and best hip hop song, but you never heard a day in your goddamn life, and you're who the fuck's listening to this bullshit?
Yeah.
It's that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
Dude, like I was watching the Grammys, right?
Yeah.
And someone won best song. I'm like, no way. Like you didn't.
I don't know.
Like I know everybody in the street. I know everyone. You didn't win.
Yeah.
Woo.
well, that's what I'm getting
You
at.
didn't
though.
win.
You did- well, because I'll even see, like, I'm almost convinced, because I'll come across, because I pay attention a lot to this industry, YouTube video content, and I'll come across some just real geeks, dude. I'm talking like people are watching this, and sometimes I wonder, I'm like, how deep is this stream farm shit?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a fucking stream farm in fucking China connected to a Temu sweatshop and just banging out Temu products
just-
and banging out streams at the same time.
They're just-
Temu products. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Just sewing shoes and
Yeah.
fucking making sure the
Yeah.
phone's charging.
Dude, it's fucked, bro.
Oh my!
It's all fucking. But I'm telling you, that's more when you get to that top percentage
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
And like people like to use the word industry plant. I do believe in it.
Yeah.
But I know some of them. But it's like once again the top percent.
And also, to be fair with the whole like the industry plant thing, people still gotta like you. Like,
I don't know, bro.
Like
I have an artist at the top of my head, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck anyone likes these people.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, maybe you're right. Maybe you see something. You know, now that I think about it,
I don't know.
You know, when you listen to a song, and at first you really don't care, but it's on the radio. You know, it's playing. It's at the bar. It's at the thing.
But you know why?
It's always there. And next thing you know, the song that I was saying turn off, I'm sitting there going, I kissed a girl and I liked it. And I'm going, yeah, I do like kissing women. You know, but at first it's like, I wouldn't play that song at my fucking house. You know what I mean? Like,
but you know the thing is, from what you said, it's like, okay, those songs that be playing, right? Like, I think all of us in the room are in the top 1%. I'm not talking about money-wise, right? I'm talking about not NPCs. And I feel like a majority of people are fucking NPCs. They play this NPC playlist, and then they fucking do it. And you're stuck in a simulation like a fucking hamster just running around in fucking circles.
I know what you mean, though. It's like, dude.
Well, Eric, I was telling Eric that we have our friend has a theory. I'm going to say it again. Our homie Shape, Call Me Shape's his YouTube channel. And he has this theory where he's like, he goes, dude, I see the biggest geeks getting so popular and they're literally just reading the news. And he's like the most untalented people. He gets paid from what he does. He's doing okay, but he's like super cool guy. You know what I mean? Like he knows he's dope. I know he's dope. And he goes, I honestly think it's at our detriment at this point. He goes, we need to be dumber. And I go, honestly, I think you might be right. Like not dumber, but like we need to talk not as crazy, keep it a little more chill, a little more digestible.
It's crazy. It's like
a little bit more like, oh, that's exactly like me.
Like being unique is like, yeah, it's like the death
I don't know
of
if that
the rock
makes
star.
sense.
The rock star is like dead.
I get what I get what you're saying, but it's not because okay, I'm 31, right?
Yeah.
But I'm on you guys are on the internet all day, but our algorithm is probably different.
Yeah, of
like
course.
I'm finding artists, I'm doing this, so it's my shit's a bunch of like, you know, new streamers, new musicians,
We're
new
in
this.
we're in parallel universes right
They're
now.
not dead, but it's like I feel like
like the people that are popping on my algorithm right now
Yeah.
are the most raunchiest, I don't give a fuck you, spitting on you people. You get me?
Yeah.
And they're blowing the fuck up. I just think it depends where you find them. But see,
Yeah.
I think those are real fans. And then I know I'm not gonna say it on stream, but I know a couple streamers and people like that who are like super clean cut.
Yeah.
And they're all botted. But they make it seem like
they're
not.
all like
botted. Like
okay, oh, they're stream farm kind of deal.
Same thing.
Okay, well, what you said about having a different algorithm, it's like we're in the same room right now, but the videos that come in my timeline, the people I know, the people in his timeline, and in your guys' timeline is all like this different parallel universe, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Except for we've actually been to like your shows. And
Yeah.
stuff. So that's kind of trippy.
But I got
right?
recommended your videos on my YouTube. You know what I mean? Before we met, it just happened to hit my algorithm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you just happen to go, I like this guy enough.
Dude.
I just think,
love the
it's like that. I feel like, I don't know, not the death of the rock star, but like being unique and being like people are like, oh, I want to look at someone who's like you were saying, like regular people.
I think
at least in that space.
I think
the
it might
YouTube space.
Yeah, it might be more in
it's
the
two different things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, the video space. But anyways, upward and onward. He was talking about controlling we kind of already touched this subject, but we could just say fuck it and watch it again anyway.
Everybody said, oh, my record label's controlling me and I can't get out of this deal and y'all need to let me go. Bro, the record label's sitting back like, we're controlling you because we gave you $10 million. And you think you're going, wait a minute. You think you're about to do whatever you want to do with our money? And then you think you're about to get out of your deal scot-free without paying us back? Your shit flopped. The $10 million we gave you was for you to make a dope project that wasn't gonna flop. You already broke your fucking contract. So now you think we're gonna let you go away and just get out of this deal while still owing us money?
All right, so this is what I wanted to know to bring this back up. How often do you guys maybe put somebody on and it just didn't go like you thought it would? What's like your procedure with that? Like how long do you hold on and how many times, like give or take, has that happened? Because I'm interested in this kind of shit.
I can answer that because we've dealt with that really last year. We signed an artist. he wasn't too happy. Now we didn't give him no fucking $10 million.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
So it was easy for us to digest. But I mean, we're pretty chill in the sense we don't operate like a traditional label. So we're like, hey man, if you're not happy with the situation, because again, some people want the world and it's like everybody else's fault. I'm not going to single anybody out.
No, I get
You know what I mean? It's like your fault that this isn't happening and your fault that this isn't happening. There's a book called Extreme Accountability that I highly recommend, where it's like, I'm responsible for making my own bed at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So if you're not too happy with how things are happening, like we're super chill. We'll say, okay, well, yeah, let's end it here. We'll still control the songs that went through our system, but we're fine with letting you walk. You know, that's how we do business. Now, traditional labels, they're not going to move like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to know, because like I've kind of experienced that, like bringing really only twice, and I didn't give him a lot of money. You know, like I invested about 10 grand into the guy, you know, like helping them move, helping them do this, like kind of, you know, just more of a, like a, all right, you know, we're working out, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
And then that went sideways twice. So I have a 0% success rate with that. Not really. Eric's on board and I didn't have to give him some crazy advance, but he makes a full-time living, right? But that's kind of where I was getting at, is how often does that happen? Or like, what's a realistic, not to get too deep, but like, what's like an advance you would give somebody from an independent label side? Because I'm sure that's something people are curious about, if you guys are cool with, you know, open answering that question.
I mean, I think it depends how big they are. You get me? Like the bigger you are, the more leverage you have.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, right now we're working.
Let's say you're building an artist up from basically nothing. You think they're dope. What's something you'd hook them up with?
From nothing, anywhere between 10 to 20 grand, kind of like similar in a similar way.
But they get a better split.
It'd be
they get a fucking worse split.
Yeah.
You're making 20 bands and you have 0 monthly listeners?
Yeah.
Brother, I'm gonna never see that fucking ever again. Absolutely fucking no.
The splits that we're giving are like for that type of money are like 70-30. But dude, like
that's still good though, because you're putting up the fucking the thing. Because I've had a couple situations where it's like, I don't mind bringing you on, and what my audience is your audience, I don't fucking care. But you know, but like aside from literally this gentleman, anyone else coming in here, I was like, he was here 20 years ago when we were skating for free. He was here 10 years ago filming skits and doing music videos and throwing shows, and we're making negative money. So aside from him, you know, like, so people will come on and I'm almost like, dude, I don't know if you understand how hard it is to just get 50,000 regular viewers. It might not seem like a lot, but
Bro,
to maintain that, or even have that, and I'm aware, is like, dude, this took me, I'm pushing 40. You know, I'm 36. I didn't make $1 till I was 33 off this shit. It was almost kind of getting pathetic. You know, not to make fun of myself, but it's true. I was just curious about that. That's cool insight to know, because you always hear these big fucking 20, you know, 2 million advances, and I'm curious, you know.
I would say when you go to a major, right, like the top dogs, they're fucking everybody. And this is what they do. They have so much money that they're going to sign 200 acts. One of those acts
is gonna hit.
Are going to blow up, recoup for everybody else.
Yeah.
Now you're all shelved and no one gives a shit about you.
Yeah.
And you're done. And you're locked.
Yeah.
You can drop your music, but you're not going to get the attention. You're not going to get anything.
And they also, dude, it gets pretty incestuous, because they also own the distribution. Because like, one thing is dropping it through your record label and thinking your split's like, and when I said our split's a 70-30, it means the artist gets 70%. We only get 30.
Yeah.
So
oh
that's
my
what I
God,
meant by
you
the
guys
split.
are fucking.
Yeah.
They should be sucking your. Anyways, keep going.
I've tried.
So, anyways, these labels. These labels will do these like 50-50 deals, like that are fucking good on paper, or like, I don't know, like a 60-40 in their favor. But they also have it go through their own distribution pipeline.
Yeah.
And the distribution pipeline takes 10% off the top. Then it goes to the label and they take their 50 or 60% off the top. And then the artist gets paid. So there's actually like somebody else on the top of the record label, which is the distribution funnel, that gets paid off the top. right? Most artists will sign a deal and be like, it's a 50-50. Not really, dude. There's somebody else at the top collecting an extra 10 to 20%.
Yeah.
You know? And they never really find out about that stuff, you know? Until
that shit goes
Well, and
deep.
like bigger labels, like they want, like they're probably not looking at people with 0 followers or like. These,
No,
like,
they are. They're looking at anything they can
are?
grab their hands at because you don't ever know what pops.
Let's talk about a girl. I mean, dude, there's this girl. I'm not gonna say her name again. That was blowing up on Reels, and just 2 fucking songs are out with like less than 5,000 streams, and we're talking about there's already a 6-figure deal on the table for this girl.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it's
Okay,
insane.
it's
Like
not
$250,000.
It's not that crazy because when I hit 50,000 subs, maybe getting 25,000 views, maybe get 100K views sometimes, but my engagement was pretty crazy. Like the engagement compared to, getting 2,000 comments, you're only getting 50,000 views. Like that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And so I started getting hit up, and I remember being like, is this fake? So my homie Shape, he was an intern at fucking Interscope or some shit in New York, whatever that label is, a big one. And I sent it to him because he's really familiar with the pop culture. And I go, yo, does this guy look legit? He's got photos with Justin Bieber and fucking, some crazy big wigs. And he looks into it. He goes, let me call the label real quick. He hits me back. He goes, the dude's legit. And I go, oh, shit. I was like this. I was like, and like my lady, my forever and ever and stuff now, we were just starting to get together. And that was kind of one of those moments where I was like, CAA just hit us up. And she goes, CAA? She goes, what the fuck's that? I go, Justin Bieber. She goes, CAA? Yeah. But that was like, anyways, it kind of makes sense because when I dug deeper, the deeper I went, I started finding people in their, people with like their studio where they're like beds behind them, signed. I go, the dude's bed's in the background.
Yeah.
I go, he's fucking signed?
You make no money as a writer. You don't get a song fee. You don't get any points on the master. It's very difficult to monetize.
Wait, which writer are we talking about right now? The person who's writing the lyrics?
A songwriter, yeah.
He's retarded.
Yeah, he is retarded.
Like,
He is retarded.
When I hear people talk, and this is why I'm saying, right, I'm kind of authoritarianism. Stop letting people fucking go on camera and talk bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the craziest thing I ever heard in my fucking life. Like, if you're a writer on a song, right, you're getting master points.
No.
Yeah.
You
have a fee.
You're getting publishing.
And you can get master points.
No, it depends, but not really. Writing is the publishing share. That's why I'm here. You know?
Writing. If someone writes me a record.
Yeah, if somebody writes you a song, if somebody's writing you a record.
So I can tell my writers to kick rocks.
They're only supposed to get paid on the publishing. Now you can give them a song fee, and it depends on the type of writer, dude. Top tier writers in LA charge you like 10 grand just to pull up, chill on a couch, and just write a fucking song.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just to pull up. Just to pull up.
Yeah.
All right. So what about like you? Because you produce a lot of you produce for a lot of big names.
Yeah.
I don't gas you up too much, but how does that work? So let's say this. Let's go. Me, Eric, Nick, and you. We're in a room. I write part of the song. You mix everything. Eric does goes off, or Eric, let's say Eric makes the beat. I'm rapping. Nick just wrote me verses, and you're also engineering. How does this fucking work?
Got you. I'll start with myself. The engineer just gets a basic fee. It's a work for hire. That's it. Your raps.
Day rate.
It's cooked. You're done. Probably make like $300-$400. It's raps. You're toast. What did Nick do?
I wrote a verse for him.
He wrote a verse for you. He's not supposed to get anything on the master recording, but he can get something on what's known as the publishing. We can talk about that later. It gets kind of fucking crazy and confusing. You wrote the song? No, you're rapping on the song.
Yeah,
it's your song.
I'm tippity tapping, flippity rapping. Yeah.
Okay, you're rapping on the song. You kind of like own the song. It's like Jack's song. It's dropping through Jack's Spotify.
And then Eric made the beat.
Yeah. You could give Eric points on the master, but he's also winning on the publishing. So Eric and Nick are making money on the publishing.
That's like composition.
Which is, you're making 100% of the composition. Yeah. He's making 100% of the songwriting if he wrote you the song. And you're making 100% of the master because you own it. And the engineer over here has got, peanuts.
So what does that split look like?
For Eric, let's
just say for the sake of keeping it simple, We did the song together. It's magic. We made $100 grand. Shoot. Between all four of us, what's happening here?
Ah, dude,
It's tricky.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, just because there's multiple, like 100 grand from the master recording.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all going to you. It's all going to Jack.
Yeah.
So
you'd get the majority,
Yeah.
and then we would get the on the back end, right?
Okay, well, what I want to know is how come we haven't done this? No, I'm just joking. I was just making sure because you hear this shit all the time with this fucking like you hear this stuff.
But then you got to see how much money you made on the publishing side.
Side. On the publishing side, Jack wouldn't make anything. It'd be Eric and Nick that make money.
Oh, see, that's nice.
Yeah, but the publishing pays like a third of what the masters pay. So that's why he's like, dude, we don't make money off the masters, right?
Yeah.
We don't get a song fee. He's complaining about it. Just fucking make more music.
And if he didn't get a song fee, he probably stinks.
Yeah.
Dude. Because if I'm a writer, I'm going to be like, I need the song fee up front.
Because this guy fucking stinks. Okay, let's set the record straight though with the touring business. Because there's no way people are touring charging, you guys charge reasonable prices for your concerts.
Yeah.
But there's no fucking way these people are making money. This is like, because I hear this a lot. Like touring seems like bread and butter.
Well, like
no?
when you're first starting out, you're probably, I mean, not paying to play, but you're probably.
No, I'm saying they're paying to come see Fat Nick, Puya, the All But Six Boys. You guys got to, that's got to be bread and butter shit.
Yeah, we make a lot of money doing it. That's what I'm saying. Like when people go on tours, like the only way you're losing money is if you're a small act and you know your manager wants to put you in a tour bus. Well, you can't afford a tour bus. So go in a Sprinter van. Go in a Tahoe for all I give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's money to be made. And if you're not making money touring, then you got to fall back and make more music. And your manager didn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well,
Let's be honest.
I'm really glad we solved that because I keep hearing this shit and I'm just going, how is that possible?
The thing about this, I know acts that aren't that big, like 250,000 monthly, right? Not that many followers. And you know, they'll go on tour. And every night on merch alone, just on merchandise, they're clearing about $10,000. So 10,000 with 20 shows, you just cleared 200,000. Now your guarantees, let's say it's 100,000, you just make 300,000, right?
This makes sense.
Yeah. Now you deduct your travel, deduct your hotels, and not even your guarantees yet. I know I already talked about guarantees.
Yeah.
So deduct your hotel.
Maybe the tour manager,
your tour manager
that are selling the merch.
You're walking out with 100 bands, let's say.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, because
and you were gone for 2 months or whatever.
Yeah, you just made 100 bands in 2 months.
You hear because you hear this rhetoric, and I've only gotten paid for like 4 stand-up shows, but I'm a smaller guy. I had like 30 people come out, pay $25, but I mean, I'm like, well, if I made fucking $500, I mean, I drove up the road. You know, it wasn't like I want to tour.
If you're taking the door though, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
but
give you.
I didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, I don't love doing this. You know, I just didn't love
When
it.
people complain about touring, it's like, bro, you just don't. I can't have a relation. If you bitch about something going bad, you just don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's part of it. It's like, dude, you got into music.
That's
you
the
know what I
game.
mean?
You got to go on the road. It's part of it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just
How much do you guys tour? Do you tour like once a year? Do you try to do like 2 or?
Well, throughout our company, we got a lot of acts. So there's always a tour going on. A tour just started yesterday. The guys got on a bandwagon for this tour, and they're going to be gone for 2 months. Nick goes on tour, twice a year.
Yeah, we just did Australia.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We just came back from Australia, and then we tour again at the end of the year.
Yeah.
What's like the biggest venue? What's like the most heads that came to a show?
The most I've ever done. What was it? My tour. It was the Grade A tour, so it was Puya and the Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
And I won't count as mine, but I did perform there.
That's nuts.
Dude, I think it was like 18,000 people.
Dude, yeah, they were doing. They did Little Caesars in Detroit. I mean,
Yeah, insane.
That was insane.
But the biggest show that I've done personally with my name on the flyer, excluding a festival because that's a cheat code, probably be like a 5,000 capacity.
That's a lot.
Oh yeah, the festival is a cheat code.
Yeah.
Rolling Loud, obviously.
You're performing in front of 20, 30, but that doesn't count because it's like a
Yeah.
festival, so they're coming regardless.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Yeah, see,
How
that's
do you-
just that's incredible.
When
dude.
you're like an early artist and you're like trying to get on a tour, but you're not signed, how do people normally like book a tour like that?
It's a great question. An early artist. I mean, how early are we talking here?
Like if you guys signed like someone that was like you don't really have a following, but you sign them.
Great question. I think this is why you want to kind of early on also find an agent. I heard CAA earlier. Like, you know, there's UTA, there's Wasserman just changed their name.
Oh,
You saw
shit.
that? Yeah. But anyways, you kind of want to also find an agent right away. And if you're an early enough artist, like you'll get on a tour that another act is doing because you have the same agent. So you really kind of want just to get an agent involved too. Or if you sign to a record label that goes on tours a bunch, same principle, right? It's like, hey, you guys are going on tour. You know, the label probably wants you to get exposure. They'll add you on that tour, right?
Yeah. What do you guys think is like the number one? I'm curious. Like, besides just putting out dope shit, what would you say is the number one reason a lot of people don't make it?
I think
aside from not being like subjectively good music, what do you think is like something that 99% of them do wrong?
I think either their egos are too big, and I think ego's a beautiful thing. You need ego. You need yin and yang.
Yeah, you gotta believe you're the shit.
Yeah. I think sometimes people are just too egoed out that they don't want to do anything and think they can do it all by them fucking selves, and they just don't have that it factor. Like, I can go play basketball and shoot a 3. I'm not 6'3". I can't go to the NBA. You know what I mean? Some people just don't have that it factor, and it sucks to say, but like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Really?
Like some people just don't. You do not fit the part.
Because I feel like we live in a time now where it's like putting out the music isn't enough.
Yeah, it's not.
Like,
it's not. I think content. Because I'm working on an album right now.
Yeah.
I think the music's great, but in my opinion, it's about 35% about the music. 65% about the content.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying, because for me, I remember we get a little buzz. I was putting out these skits, and everyone that watched it was like, genius. Or like people would tell me, like, dude,
it was good shit.
He was like, you should do stand-up, bro. I'd hear this from random people I just talked to for 5 minutes. That's why I do this business. Because people told me to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in it. I just wanted to be a pro skater. You know, I just wanted to. But what I'm saying is it took me so long. It wasn't until I just started putting myself everywhere and just let go completely. I feel like that's a big thing, because I feel like I self-sabotaged the whole way through because I didn't just want to put it out. Just put it out. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, you like overthink it
And then,
shit.
yeah, because once I just let go and just put out a video and go, this is what it looks like. This is the title. I'm talking about this. All of a sudden, things just started working. And I don't know if I don't know if that's you guys have experienced
no,
this.
yes, 1,000%, dude. It's the compounding effect that takes place with just like being consistent and just dropping and letting go. And then also not quitting too, right? That's like another one too, right?
Showing
That's a huge
up.
one, right?
Shit.
You could put it out and then be like, oh, it's been a few months now. Nothing's happened. All right, it's wraps for me. I'm gonna do something else. Well, you never really. 3 months, 6 months, a year. That's not enough.
Yeah. Well, that's like when I came over to your studio. You guys are getting into the podcast game, the Nikki Gordo show, and all I could relate it to was like, I'm assuming it's like music. You probably made 1,000+ songs, or maybe not songs, but I know Mikey's probably made over 1,000 beats. You know, YouTube's like the same thing. I look back, I go, I've filmed well over 2,000 pieces of content before it was like, I think I get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm talking selfies. I'm talking skateboarding stuff. I'm talking the whole 9, not just like this. I've definitely done 1,000 of these, what we're doing here, for sure.
Some pro stuff right there.
All right, we're gonna end on a fun note. And since you guys know the back end of this, I want your opinion on this. The music psyop.
My question is, why is the same music still playing on the radio that was playing in 2010? Why am I going to the grocery store and the same songs have been playing for the last 10 years? What's going on?
I think I have the perfect answer.
Go ahead.
Listen, I love Cardi. I love Ken Carson.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to a supermarket and they're gonna play that shit. They're gonna play nostalgia music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll be playing the Bee Gees.
You think Publix is full of a bunch of fucking 16-year-old gooners everywhere, just fucking jerking off on the cellar stage? Absolutely not. It's a bunch of older people. They want to listen to Enrique Iglesias and like Madonna and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my kind of conspiracy on it is those bodies of work might be completely owned by the labels. Maybe they bought all the music from these artists, or they own it all because they got fucked on the back end. And maybe so they keep playing all the songs where it's like, we're guaranteed, like, this is our money. I don't know if that makes sense. Am I tripping or am I reaching here?
I think it's just that, dude. I think people are just, they're older. Like, if I go inside and my grandma hears Too Slimy playing through the speakers, like, she might have a heart attack.
You're,
you get me?
You're onto something though, Jack. Is like, like
never
for
going there
instance,
again.
movies like Warner Brothers, like Sony, they also own like catalog. And so they're gonna want to plug in their own legacy catalog that they own into the new Spider-Man movie, right? Or into the new Fast and the Furious movie.
That's what I was saying.
Right?
It's like
yeah. They're doing that. They're doing that for sure. Now in the supermarket, not sure, but like on some like movie level stuff, yeah, of course, they're owning this catalog and they're plugging in their songs strategically.
Well, that was something. Because I have to explain this to people sometime. Like the guy that I was telling you about that I'm actually going to take his money. I'm going to let him on the show. He was talking about getting on some big name people's shit. And I'm like, I hope you know they're going to charge you 10 grand, dude. And and they have to like you. I was like, just so you know, I was like, because my chick, we own like a little management thing. We only got 1.5 guys. One guy's full-time, one guy's a 50 split deal. But we've been learning this where we'll get in touch with people, and then she just looks at me and go, they want 10 grand. I go, well, tell them no. I go, he doesn't have 10 grand. Or he does, but I'm like, if they don't want you on, because if they want, like my opinion, let's end this.
It's like back to the whole feature thing.
Let's wind this down. We've come to the conclusion that there's plenty of money to be made in the music industry, YouTube, all of it. All right, we've come to that conclusion. But I really think it just boils down to like, if someone likes you, it's almost like that's really all you need.
Yeah, and read your goddamn contracts.
Yeah.
Just read your contracts and get a lawyer.
That's the moral of the story today.
Yeah. And if you don't want to get a lawyer, put the contract in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Am I fucked? Yes or no?
Anyways, we're gonna wind this one down. Hell of a talk. Go check out the Nikki Gordo show. The boys over at All But Six, and I really appreciate you guys coming on.
No, thank you.
We'll take a little break if you want. Run up another one.
I'm down.
All right. Hell of a talk. That was a good one. It was fun. It was a good time.